A big shout out to NuquenNilex3188 for this comment, which has resulted in this video and this series. Your comment really got me interested in Project Tamriel. Thank you, mate. So, I visited the Project Tamriel website and it says, Project Tamriel is a collection of mod projects that work together on several provinces of Tamriel in the world space and timeline of Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. At this time, two projects, Skyrim, Home of the Nords and Province Cyrodiil, have playable releases and are actively being developed. High Rock 3E427 is in conceptual development stage. So they have a small pre-release DLC for both Skyrim and Cyrodiil, just like what Beyond Skyrim Bruma team did with County Bruma release. Very interesting. I decided to install the mod and successfully managed to find the NPC in Daggerfall who will take you to Skyrim. Welcome to 3rd Era Skyrim, folks. The small town of Karthwasten. It looks so different compared to what I saw in the Elder Scrolls V. I guess there was a river back in the 3rd Era that vanished in the 4th Era. 200 years is a long time, you know. I may believe that. A few shacks here and a boat service. Karthwasten appears to be just how it was in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. No one comes here, a nondescript tiny village in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, a nice path and a large building. Oh wow, that looks like a great hall or something. Very interesting. Now what is that? That looks like a city gate. What city could that be? It's a large city. Oh, this is Karthwasten? What? Holy crow, look at the scale of the city, man. Karthwasten, what the hell is going on? I remember Karthwasten being a tiny nondescript village in Skyrim. The town only consisted of 3 buildings in a semicircle, which included the Karthwasten Hall. And here in Project Tamriel, Skyrim Home of the Nords, Karthwasten is a mega city with an insane scale. How did the 3rd Era mega city of Karthwasten become a nondescript mining town in the 4th Era? This question haunted me for a couple of days, and then I decided to join the Project Tamriel Discord server, and everything was revealed. If you look at the Skyrim Home of the Nords Nexus mod page, it says, the Skyrim Home of the Nords team wants to create the province of Skyrim as envisioned in the world of Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. It represents the work of many talented modders over the past years and includes the following features: 100 plus quests, 290 exterior cells, 330 plus interior cells, which includes the massive cities of Karthwasten and Dragonstar, towns, camps and dozens of locations for you to loot in classic Elder Scrolls fashion. Very interesting. Apart from being blown away by the scale of Karthwasten, I was surprised to see the city of Dragonstar included in the Skyrim mod. After all, Dragonstar is part of Hammerfell in the 4th Era. The devs explained to me that both Karthwasten and Dragonstar were part of Hammerfell before the War of Bundermark. This war took place 30 years before the start of Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, which was set in 3E427. At that time, Dragonstar was divided into western and eastern sections of the city, walled off from each other, each section having its own government and a desire to control the entire city. This is mentioned in the Pocket Guide to the Empire, 3rd edition, which acts as a reference for the team. According to the devs, the concept of Daggerfall and Karthwasten is also heavily modeled after the Elder Scrolls Travels Shadowkey, a mobile game released in 2004. Okay, back to the mystery of Karthwasten. When playing the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, I suddenly realized that Karthwasten was nowhere near the Hammerfell border. Why is it a border town in Skyrim Home of the Nords then? The mod devs show an old map of Skyrim from the Elder Scrolls Arena, which is also set in the 3rd Era. We can clearly see Karthwasten is at the border. The city had come under Imperial control, which was then known as Karthwasten Hall. In Elder Scrolls 5, the position has changed and Karthwasten moved inland, and while Makat is at the Hammerfell border. Very strange. I wonder what caused this change. This made me ask the question, does Bethesda even respect the lore of older Elder Scrolls games? Next, the Project Tamriel devs shared a beautiful map of 3rd era Skyrim. This was developed by the Project Tamriel team, and the map is very similar to the Morrowind map created by Tamriel Rebuilt. I love both the 3rd era Morrowind and Skyrim maps. There's a lot of attention to detail, and also the location of cities and their names are from the 1st and 3rd editions of the Pocket Guide to the Empire books found in the older Elder Scrolls games. The devs also say that many of the names of towns and villages are also sourced from old developer interviews and official concept art. And some names are made up by the Project Tamriel team with the best effort to make it coherent with Elder Scrolls lore. As I marvel at this beautiful map, I'm amazed at the density of cities, towns, villages here. There's so much to explore. Compare this to Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim and you clearly see the difference. The western part of Skyrim in Elder Scrolls 5 had only a handful of towns and cities. Where are these settlements in TESIII 5? Newgrad, Leinalten, Amberguard, Snowhawk, etc. What the hell, Bethesda? Did you eat these places for lunch? Or did you feel the need to make wholesale changes to locations just because 200 years have passed? I don't get it. Suddenly, I feel the map of Skyrim is so small in the Elder Scrolls 5. When I played Project Tamriel, Skyrim will feel like a real province with hundreds of towns and villages and lots of NPCs living in it. This brings the question, how come a relatively modern game with a relatively modern engine offers you less while a 25-year-old game engine is giving you more? Is it really down to the engine or is it people? Oh, and by the way, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is also a culprit here. That game also did not adhere to the lore of older TES games, and Project Tamriel is adding so much more in Project Cyrodiil. For example, if we read this book called Provinces of Tamriel, which we find in Morrowind, we read Michael Kirkbride's original vision for the province of Cyrodiil. It says, Cyrodiil is the cradle of human imperial high culture on Tamriel. It is the largest region of the continent and most of it is an endless jungle. The densely populated central valley is surrounded by rainforests drained by great rivers into the swamps of Argonia and Topal Bay. Well, we don't see any tropical jungle or great rivers or swamps in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The Project Tamriel team will recreate Cyrodiil in the image of what Kirkbride envisioned it to be, and that will be glorious. Many Cyrodiilic locations that were first mentioned in the Pocket Guide to the Empire, 1st edition, and in Morrowind were never really followed up in Oblivion 2. All of those will be here in Province Cyrodiil. So essentially, in Project Tamriel, the lore of events in Oblivion and Skyrim don't really happen post-Morrowind. The devs are trying their hardest to be faithful to the Morrowind era lore. Finally, I wanted to touch base on the status of Project Tamriel. They have 2 releases out so far, Skyrim Home of the Nords, with the Dragonstar and Karthwasten cities and the surrounding region, Province Cyrodiil, the island of Sturk, which is a small region off the Gold Coast of Cyrodiil. The team is working on a Province Cyrodiil Gold Coast release, which will contain the cities of Anvil, Brinna Cross and nearby areas, and the Abyssian Sea. They're also updating the island of Sturk in this release. Once that is out, the team will focus on Skyrim Home of the Nords and release the Makat region, which is a fairly large region bordering the city of Snowhawk in the north and High Norwald in the south. Expect both of these releases to be out sometime in 2025. The team is very ambitious and they are working on 2 provinces side by side. I just wish them the best. If you love Morrowind and are passionate about modding, do visit their Discord or their website and join the team. I have all the links of the maps and other links in the description for your viewing and reading pleasure. Next week, I will start a new series of Skyrim Home of the Nords, and I thought this video was important for context before I start playing it. I'm still in 2 minds on either doing a narrative-oriented playthrough or a regular 30-minute Let's Play episodes. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. I think I need to respect the mod by exploring most of the area, and I think regular 30-minute Let's Play episodes make sense. Anyway, I would love to read your thoughts on Project Tamriel and the team's vision. Do comment below. May the divines be with you.